Do you know how many types of files are there in the design kit? Without knowing, you become very messy at the beginning. To clear your concept, watch the video till the end.
Hey guys, welcome back. So in today's episode, we are going to discuss these below points. What the view means. First, we talk about the front-end views. We start with RTL views. Then we talk about timing views. Then we move over to the back-end views in VLSI. We start with layout views. Then we cover the physical verification views. Then we also discuss the parasitic extraction views. And finally, we discuss about the compiled macro views. And at the end of the episode, we summarize of our discussion. We are done with this particular slide, so let's move on. First, here we will talk about what the view means. When you receive a design kit, there will be several files inside it. Not only folders, there will be various extensions of files. So, as a beginner, which file to choose for which particular tool, that knowledge is very important. Each different EDA design tool requires or outputs its own input and output file format. That means you cannot use one particular proprietary file format from one EDA vendor for the similar type of the tool in another EDA vendor. The same unit cell, while passing through various stages of design, requires a specific format as per the stage. As you know that the IC design process contains multiple steps, and at each step it will require the necessary view to complete that step. So this is the reason behind creating so many views or file formats. Now, EDA tools have their proprietary format for each unit cell or block of the design. This restricts a end user to stick to the same vendor, and this is a business move rather than a technology need. Generally, any EDA vendor will think that they can retain their business, so never make a generic format of the files. So each EDA vendor makes their proprietary format and they stick to it, and over time there may be version 1, version 2. This way the proprietary format may change. So this is the reason, that is why you will see so many of the file formats, and one of the file format is not compatible to the other vendor tool. So this is the kind of initial knowledge you need to have before we begin our journey. We are done with this particular slide. Let's move on. RTL front-end view. Here I will just touch base the views. I'll not go in very in depth of them because that will make this particular episode very long, and it is also not feasible to go and deep each and every file format in one single episode. If you want to know, just write down in the comment. Separate episodes will be created for different file formats. First, in the RTL view, the very common thing that you came across is Verilog view. Also, due to the assertion and other capabilities, the system Verilog view is much in demand. Also, in some cases, you might see the VHDL view. So these views are there for a unit cell. Say, let us suppose we are talking about standard cell only. So any and or not cell, whatever is there in the standard cell, so they will contain one Verilog definition, one system Verilog definition, one VHDL definition. So this way, each cell, each unit cell will have its view in various formats. Whatever format is suitable for your tool, you can pick it up. Then comes the DB, SDB and SLDB. So these are also file formats. Those are used in the front end. Also, we have UPF, that is Unified Power Format, CPF, that is Common Power Format, Open Access Format. It is an altogether different format. So UPF, already I have created a series. You can go ahead and find out the particular playlist and watch it. CPF is also similar to UPF. So once you have one concept of UPF, you can extend your knowledge to CPF very easily. The Open Access is a kind of format that is a much more generic format. So here we talked about all the particular file formats or views, that is RTL views of the front end. We are done with this particular slide, so let's move on. Timing front end views. Now, the timing views are contained in the .lib file. There will be corner-wise variation, process corner, fast, slow, typical, this kind of variation. So you will see there will be lot of variation in the .lib. Not everything is related to view, but there will be also related to the process corner related changes. Now, inside the .lib, there can be variation of the methods how the lookup tables are taken care or the timing models are taken care rather than NLDM, OCV could be there, CCS could be there, ECSM could be there. I have one entire episode on the timing.lib and explaining almost all these things there in the episode, and you can find that particular episode in the static timing analysis playlist. So the file from outside the timing.lib may not look different. However, as per its content, you can have various variation. So either it could be NLDM or CCS or ECSM, OCV, AOCV, all those things are latest things, so they will be there. We are done with this particular slide, so let's move on. Transistor level front-end views. So the transistor level views are very much important when you are doing a particular design where you have to craft something at the transistor level. This is not very common. However, in case specific manner, the transistor level views may become necessary for the designer. Now, generic transistor level netlist is SPICE or CDL. Now, CDL and SPICE both are kind of representation of a circuit with the transistor level data. Now, specific views could be HSPICE view, ELDO view, or Spectre view. So these are three famous simulators from three different vendors. So these could be specific view. Otherwise, if you talk about generic view, it could be SPICE, it could be CDL. So all these views can be present there in the design kit when you start the design. However, any view has to be used as per your tool and as per your need basis. Here we are done with this particular slide. So let's move on. Layout backend views. Now we are entering the backend part and we will start with the layout views. The layout views are created with layout editors. The first thing in the layout views, you will find the mapping file. There could be various types of mapping file, and these mapping files generally contain the layers, various layers and their numbers, or it could be different from case to case basis. There is another layout view for, I think, ICC2 is the NDM. The GDS2 is the very common view. There could be the DB view. I think the Synopsys tools use the DB. The Cadence tools use the LEF and the DEF view. And there could be the OSIS view. It is much more generic view. There could be CIF files and there could be abstract views. So your entire design kit as a layout view can contain some of them or many of them or all of them. So as per your design tool or the EDA vendor, you have to pick up the right view and the right file extension. So here we are done with this particular slide. So let's move on. Physical verification backend views. So here lot of physical verifications are performed on each unit cell, and as per the tool's requirement, there could be a physical verification view for each of the unit cell. Now let us look what type of data we can find there. RedHawk files could be there. RedHawk is a well-known tool for doing the EM and IR analysis. Ashura could be there. Ashura is from Cadence. Voltus could be there. Voltus views. Voltus is from Cadence. The Hercules is from Synopsys, so you can find this kind of Hercules views for the physical verification. ICV, I think it's a latest physical verification tool from Synopsys, so you can have also ICV views. And the physical verification tool from Mentor is Calibre, so there you can find the Calibre views also. So all these views can be present. Some of them could be present or all of them could be present as the physical verification views in the design kit. Now we are done with this particular slide, so let's move on to the next slide. PX, that is parasitic extraction backend views. Here we start describing our parasitic extraction views. We do not have huge number of variations in this ground. These are format specific. I think these are IEEE formats. So there are few variants. The first one is SPEF, that is standard parasitic extraction format. the DSPF, which is a transistor level RC extraction, and generally the DSPF is compatible to the SPICE simulators. And we have the binary format SBPF. It is generally used by the Synopsys tools, and rest of the vendors may either consume the SPEF or the DSPF. So these kind of views would be present as a parasitic extraction view of the unit cells. Now we are done with this particular slide. Let us move on to the next slide. Here we talk about the macro backend views. More generically, these are called the compiled macro views. Now, generally these are compiled means there are compilers which can compile things and give you a view. What type of cells generally have compilation views? The SRAM, the non-volatile memory, DRAM. This kind of memory, that is semiconductor memories, may have a compiled macro view, or you may get some other sort of view for this kind of cells. We are done with this particular slide, so let's move on. We have covered all the types of views by genre, and now let us summarize whatever we have gone through. Views are basically file formats. Views are created to facilitate as many as EDA tools possible. Variation of views may be different from one technology node to another technology node, because it could be that some tool is compatible, some tool is non-compatible, some tool have a file format specific to one particular technology node. In another technology node, it could have other kind of file format. So there could be lot of variation due to the technology node to the technology node. Number of views may vary from one standard cell vendor to another. Generally, no two vendor gives the same amount of view, and sometimes in-house in the design houses, people create their own views which are missing. So some views can be your internally generated views. Same view of associated with a particular tool may become incompatible over time due to the fabrication technology related changes inside the tool. This is a very important thing, because you are using one tool and using its own view for a long time. Suddenly you see there is a change. Now the change is because of the fabrication technology, basically the UV lithography and lithography related changes. Then definitely you have to move on to the new type of view. Otherwise your tool will not be able to stream out the GDS2. So it is suggested that you always use the latest library with up-to-date version of the views. So you start designing and you see the views are almost 7-8 months older. It's better to you check with your IP vendor or the foundry whether there is a latest version of the cells before even you start designing your unit cell or unit part of your design. This is because if the IP vendor or the foundry have released the latest version of the IPs, there might be lot of technology related changes and or tool related changes. So it is always to have a good practice to ask for the latest libraries while you design. So that's all folks with the summary. Thank you very much for watching up to this point, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. In case you have some dislikes, put that in the comment section down below, and bye for today.